Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Part-Time Nerds. My name is Con, and my partner here is
Ray.
Yep, and today is a little bit of a special episode, switching it up a little bit. Today's topic, we will be focused on what kind of movie is Black Panther.
We just watched it a couple hours ago in IMAX 2D.
Oh, God.
No, it was an IMAX. There were scenes where you noticed it was an IMAX.
Oh, yeah, yep, absolutely. Yep, true IMAX.
Oh, no, it was. I checked.
Okay.
I made sure it was.
All right, I'll have to take your word on it.
No, I checked the IMAX website, make sure it was a listed, certified IMAX theater, and it was.
Really?
Yeah.
The one we were at?
Long Beach one was.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, the screen wasn't as big as the nicer, like, say, Ontario.
Yeah, but it was the rated.
It was a rated IMAX actual theater.
Didn't realize that. Couldn't tell.
I mean, we'll go into that, too, because obviously they didn't take advantage of
okay, he's going right into it. Just a quick message to everyone. To give you a fair warning, this will be a very spoiler-heavy episode, so if you have not seen the movie yet, do not listen to this podcast.
That's good.
Run out, watch the movie, and then come back, because we don't want you to be mad at us or anything like that. So just want to make the message clear.
We can't even say skip to this or that, because this is the main topic of the show.
Okay, let's dive right into it. Do you want to just good or bad on 3, right?
Oh, it's just a black and white, good or bad?
Yes, because we got a whole hour to discuss the middle ground.
Okay, fine.
1, 2, 3. Good.
Just horrible.
Damn it. You're breaking the rules of the game.
Okay, it was bad. Wait, did you say good?
I said good. This is going to be a long episode. You think it was bad?
There's only 2 options. I want to say mediocre, but you're saying good or bad.
Okay, no, the thing that interests me is I am leaning on the very heavily on the good side.
You got me.
What?
You got me. No, because there's a lot in that movie that I like. Mm-hmm. But overall, at the end of the day, you're giving me 2 options. I'm going to go with bad.
Oh.
Let's start with the plot.
Okay.
Let's see what we remember from a couple hours ago.
Yes. Not going to lie, we are having a little trouble remembering the movie already.
See? And you're telling me it's good? You can't remember it.
I never remember a movie after I watch it. I remember the couple days after I watch it.
You have to soak it in.
Yep.
Yeah, see, okay, let's start with the goods. Let's be positive here.
Okay.
What do you like about Black Panther, the movie?
I thought it was visually very interesting to watch. Not going to say that all the CGI was great, because some of it was really terrible. Especially the rhinos. Oh, they looked awful.
They just kept it in frame, too. They didn't even, like, a quick shift. Kept there for, like, 10 seconds.
I will give you that much. But visually, I thought a lot of the use of colors and, like, the different camera angles and, like, the panning shots, really good for a Marvel movie.
Dolby Vision, baby.
That's what it was. And then I guess I walked in with not low expectations, but different expectations for the movie. But I thought it was a very interesting take on what the indigenous African cultures are like and of what it would look like in a modern age or future age with the background of, say, the African indigenous people as opposed to like a European take, which is, what we all know now.
One of the positives I had for that movie.
I thought it was really cool on that end. So what did you think about that?
No, I thought that was one of the strengths of the movie. Showing that side, that culture, and how they reacted with what they were given. And then how it progressed on. Because I know they showed, when did it start? Like the 1900s when they showed the timeline of the movie?
Are you talking about like the panning shot with like kind of the ashes?
The history of
the world.
Way
early, 1900s.
It started earlier than that?
Well, it started out with a comet hitting the Earth.
Oh, I didn't even... That's my fault. I didn't even notice that part.
You don't even know what you're talking about, man. What are we doing here? Well, anyways, way more than the 1900s.
Okay.
It's got to go back to like the beginning of man or something. Like during the development of mankind, because they were going through that whole thing about how the meteors, and that's how the civilization developed around modern day Wakanda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they isolated themselves with that technology. But it was a very powerful technology, so there was...
You bring up that point. I'm going to venture a guess here and say you felt like some of the characters were probably too OP or the technology was too overpowered.
No, I was fine with that part of the movie.
Okay, so that's
as a plot, that's fine. I like vibranium and the technology and power. I'm fine with that.
Okay, and we'll get into your end more, but like just to keep my thought rolling now
keep going.
I'm running. I also thought, for the most part, with the one very, very big exception, I thought the acting was excellent.
No, that's another strength. The acting was great.
Why do you think no, let's finish this thought. Yeah, almost every single actor was like expressive. They were, they weren't just acting with their words. They were acting with their like motions, faces, body language,
the whole thing,
genuine. The whole shebang. I thought it was, in terms of all Marvel movies, this is the best acted one. And in terms of an ensemble cast.
It was unlike a Disney Marvel movie.
Yeah,
and that there was really good acting throughout the whole thing.
Okay, we got to do
consistent.
We got to do a little clarification here. Our experience with Marvel movies is we love watching them. We watch every single one as they come out.
Yeah.
We don't think they're like the greatest movies in the world in terms of like filmmaking.
Yeah, just to be clear, the cinematic universe of Disney Marvel.
We enjoy them. We don't think they're necessarily well-made movies. Because there
it's like-
are exceptions.
It's a social event. You know,
Yep.
you get an
part of the-
excuse to watch with your friends. It's just
There's the whole
get
hype
together.
aspect of it, and we do appreciate them on a certain level. So don't think of us as Marvel haters.
Don't blame us. If the movie's good, I mean, we're going to say good things about it, right?
Okay, well, acting was great. I will go into that one exception later on.
For the most part, it was just a great movie.
So what about it did you think
For the
was
acting.
bad?
Let's
Good side or you
keep
wanna
going
jump
with
to
the good, and then we'll jump on it.
Because I do have some bad stuff.
Like a Black Panther.
On that acting note, main character, I think his name is Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
I couldn't tell if that was like the natural way he speaks or he's just doing a good
That's
character
how
acting.
good he was.
He was impressive. I loved him in Civil War. I thought he was the highlight.
Yep.
Like the way he was acting, I had no idea he was Black Panther until it was like shown on screen. I have zero background on the story of Black Panther.
That was one of the strengths of Civil War, Black Panther.
So when they revealed he was Black Panther, I was in honest awe, and it's excellent.
Yeah, you give him that conch. Give him more.
He had the kind of sense of like Joss Whedon humor about him on certain scenes where it was appropriate.
Appropriate. That's the key.
Appropriate. Yep. Joss Whedon, I love you, but sometimes you get a little too much with the quips.
Too much. They give you too much rain.
Yep. He was excellent. When he needed to be dramatic, he was dramatic. And definitely when he had like the heavy lines to deliver, he really hit those on the spot, like just right on
Those
the head of the
heavy
nail.
lines, you could see it in his eyes
Yeah.
when he's tearing up. Just like you said before, the body language, his expressions were amazing. For all the dramatic scenes, everything.
Yeah.
It was just...
He was
great.
so good that like I love the Black Panther suit. I think it looks excellent. Sometimes the CGI is a little wonky.
Yeah, it's part of my...
We'll get into that. Sometimes it's a little wonky, but all this is leading to the point is I love the scenes where his mask is off.
Yeah, normally
because you can see, he's really putting his heart and soul into the acting. I thought that was excellent.
Because you want to see the acting. And when you put a mask on, you can't see their expression. But that's one of the strengths, too, because normally with superhero movies, you want them to put the mask, because that's how you see them in comics.
Yeah,
or
shut up and get to the
movies.
action, right?
Yeah, put your mask on. Like, say, Captain America or something. But it was so awesome to
there's
see
no-
him
there's no-
without his mask, because he's such a good actor.
With this movie, there was no like get to the chase moment.
Get to the acting.
Yeah, the action was what's the word I'm looking for?
Non-existent. Poor.
The action was complementary to the storytelling and the acting.
But that's
I
a
would
good
say.
thing. That's
I
one of the
love
strengths,
that.
again.
Marvel
I wanna
movies
reiterate.
need to focus more on their dialogue a lot more rather than just quips.
Yeah.
Not to say that this movie did not have good quips.
But again, like you stated before, it was appropriate at the time for the scenes they had it in.
Yeah, and the actors, like their chemistry with each other was like super dynamic. It was great.
Great chemistry.
When Black Panther is talking to his sister, they just go back and forth. It was great. And then
Beautiful.
like even like the stereotypical serious female general archetype, she was great too. She like had like certain moments where she was just like threw in a a kind of funny line, even though she's serious for the most part of the movie. But she can still deliver a joke when
Yeah,
it calls for it.
and again, it fit that scene. And again, her expressions too are just spot on. Everything was just so good. Like her eyes, the eyebrows, everything. They
Yeah.
know how to act.
The
Oh my
casting
goodness,
in
Marvel movie.
whoever was the lead like casting director in this movie did an
Yeah.
excellent
Spot
job.
on.
With one exception.
Who?
But that's a tease.
Oh, because that's part of the cons, the negatives.
You want to keep going on goods, right? You got any more
The
goods?
goods. What are the goods? What are the goods? We talked about the visual,
Just the visual style, not
the
necessarily.
visual style, but not the visual fidelity.
Yes, it
'Cause of
felt
the CGI,
okay. It
right?
felt like they had the right idea for their shots, but they didn't have enough time to put in the shots.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm assuming they were rushing this movie out to make it before Infinity War. Yeah.
Because they got.
Because Infinity War has been worked on for like the last 7-8 years.
Yeah, you gotta get this cash cow going. You know what I mean?
So that's kind of unfair to the movie. I felt like they could have put more time to it, but their baseline was good. They just couldn't quite touch up. Kind of like that situation with Spider-Man in Civil War.
Yeah.
They threw him in at last minute because
Last
oh my god,
second.
we got the rights back. Let's do this.
We gotta fit him in so we could put him in the next
So you
Avengers
gotta,
movie.
You gotta rush the CGI and do as best as you can. That was kind of like a flaw
That's why
of Black Panther, but I felt like they had a good baseline for it. And you obviously, I think you mentioned you disagree with the action.
I disagree with the action. Yes.
The action was very inconsistent.
Okay.
Certain scenes where you felt like it was the actual actors doing the fights, like the main general with her spear. Whenever she's walking around, just doing her little flurries, like just showing off a little
All that
bit.
finesse.
If she had like an actual spear in her hand, or whether it's CGI, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's how good it was.
Yeah, she was supernatural about it, and like, it was visceral.
Visceral feedback.
When the actors were actually kind of fighting, as opposed to just like a big old rush of CGI, that's where the movie fell apart. It kind of suffered a little bit from like, well, you never saw the Matrix Revolutions.
I've never. Yeah, you're right.
But the way the movie ends is that basically they say goodbye, actors. They ran out of time, so they did like the entire last third of the movie in
That's
CGI.
essentially what was CGI. Were they even there? I don't even.
Yeah, the last act in terms of action kind of fell apart a little bit.
It's like the typical Marvel, the third act.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
not just Marvel, all superhero movies.
So I'm assuming they had like a CGI action director and then like a physical acting director.
No, you're right.
CGI guy did not.
You're right. No, you're right.
That's confirmed?
Yeah, that's confirmed.
I'm a freaking genius.
Problem is, there's more of the CGI, I believe.
Unfortunately.
That's why.
Okay, well, physical action. I'm always a bigger fan of physical action anyways. I love like Hong Kong action
Exactly,
movies and
me
things
too.
like that. Do you?
No. I mean, in terms of physical action, yeah.
Okay,
I
not
gotta
so
watch
much
more
with the
Hong
Hong
Kong
Kong.
movies. I gotta watch more.
Yes,
obviously.
we do. Yep.
You gotta bring you know all of them. You
I
gotta,
do.
You gotta show me. You show me scenes, but I gotta watch the whole movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't do that more often.
Yeah.
We'll have to get around to that.
We'll get to that.
But visceral action, great. CGI action, terrible. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Okay, so you got any more goods?
Because the social conversation,
What do you mean? The social commentary?
the social commentary.
Okay.
It was great. It was spot on, and it wasn't in your face. It was subtle enough that you'd notice it, and it fit the actual movie itself.
Yes, it didn't get preachy.
It didn't get preachy, and it fit the plot. It was genuine and natural.
It stated its vision, but it wasn't screaming it at you.
It wasn't screaming at you. It was part of the plot.
Yeah, you got any examples of that? Like any particular scenes that come to mind? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm trying to remember what.
Before you put me on the spot. See, that's the problem when you let me run the show and these are the prices you pay.
Just the whole idea with that. I don't know the name of the actor, and I know the name of the actor, Michael B. Jordan. I don't know his name in the movie, but his character stating Killmonger. But what's his human name?
I'm almost 100% positive that IMDb will list him as Killmonger.
Killmonger. All right. He stated, "You have all this technology here in Wakanda, and you see all our people on the outside. Why aren't we helping them? We see all this distress. Why aren't we doing anything about it? And we're seeing everything happen."
And that kind of commentary did come full circle towards the end. I know we're jumping around here, but I guess that's the way we're rolling it.
That's how we're doing it.
Black Panther at the end does this like little speech. The wise man in times of strife builds bridges, whereas the fool builds barriers, or it's something to that effect. I thought that was a really good close on that whole theme they were working with.
You know, obviously there's a risk to all of that, but at the end they realized they're going to open themselves up to the rest of society.
Yeah, and we're not saying we agree with the statement one way or the other, but that statement was well delivered.
It's well delivered.
And
exactly.
well closed out.
Yeah. So again, one of its strengths.
That being said, this is one of my dislikes of the movie. Michael B. Jordan's character, that's his whole driving point, right? I don't feel that his background, the way his character developed, or like the events that happened to his character, they do not relate to that theme.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, because he's what, are you gonna kill everybody?
Yeah, his plot line was that his father was killed by the prior king for betrayal of the people. I don't see how that relates to Michael B. Jordan's character being compassionate towards, people being oppressed. Those themes aren't related to me. It seemed like it was a message that they wanted to put down. And then towards the end, they're like, "Oh shoot, we didn't tie the whole theme together. Let's just kind of this character's dad got killed. That'll relate to it.
Oh, that'll be enough to motivate him."
Yeah, and then I don't feel like his intended motivation, great idea. It wasn't tied well enough to his backstory to justify it.
I know that's true. It's tough. 2.5 hour movie at the most. That's tough to do.
But
I understand that's why it's a weakness.
It was a sticking point. You got anything more on that note?
No. What else? What else do you like? You're the one who likes this movie. What else do you got?
Oh well, now that we've
social commentary, the visual attempt. I'm just kidding.
Hey, certain scenes are really great. Like whenever they went into those visionary scenes and they're staring in the background, I felt like.
So I'm looking at an Apple wallpaper.
When they were doing the visual scene back to like the overcast savannah with kind of the purple skies and pink skies.
That was beautiful.
I got like reminiscent feelings of the first time watching The Lion King, the whole landscape and like the son talking to the visions of his father. I thought that was a really nice mirroring. I'm almost positive they took some kind of inspiration from
that. They had to have.
Yeah, but it was beautiful seeing that on an actual actor's face. Which going back to the acting, just oh my god,
the father and the son.
I cannot believe how good Chadwick Boseman's like acting repertoire is. I
can't believe you doubted him. Kidding.
But yeah, that was so good. But to the other point I wanted to hit about what would happen if, say, the indigenous people of Africa were able to not conquer the world, but have a bigger role in the connection of the world, whereas the history of Africa defines the modern age.
No, instead of, say, North America, Europe.
Yep. All the characters that were in Wakanda, Their accents were fantastic. I don't know how genuine it was to like Africa, but to my ear, it sounded really great.
Amazing.
And whenever they cut to Michael B. Jordan's character, I get that it makes sense in terms of the plot because he grew up in like Oakland, California. But whenever like you're having these guys doing these indigenous African accents, and then I hear Michael B. Jordan's streets of New York kind of like
Oakland.
He sounded like New York. And that just every single time, it was just so jarring to my ear that it took me completely out of the world that they were building with Wakanda.
You're right though. Like every time I heard him talk, it took me out of it. But then it fits
the plot of the movie, but it takes you out of the tone of the movie.
Yeah, it's weird because it makes sense. He grew up in Oakland.
I don't know how to fix it, but I honestly, the only way I could think of fixing it is changing his entire backstory of saying like he was an outcast of Wakanda, but he was still like in the continent or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, anyways, his street accent. Whenever you juxtapose his voice against a Wakanda native,
it takes you out of it.
It takes you out of it because like it's so jarring.
Especially when he becomes king.
Yeah.
It just takes you out of it where he's directing people in this traditional American accent, Oakland, New York type of deal.
It was
genuine.
Well. Yeah,
it was genuine though. That's the thing. It can't blend. So it makes sense, but then when you watch it,
and I agree with you, but with the voice difference in combination with the character's backstory not necessarily making sense with his motivations, I felt like his whole backstory of being in America just had to be thrown out the window. They should have come up with something else.
Just so we keep the accent consistent?
Keep the tones consistent and also make the motivation make more sense for his character.
Yeah, because he was outcast.
Yeah.
Instead of being born in North America.
He was born in it.
I'm born in it.
Molded by it. For the sake of explaining, you and I freaking love quoting Dark Knight Rises.
We just love quoting the Nolan trilogy. I don't know why.
Batman Begins is impossible to quote.
There's nothing to quote.
No.
Yeah,
No.
But Dark Knight and Rises.
Many
to quote.
Rises was
doing the voices. Oh my goodness, that's so fun.
I will not be doing any quotes of Black Panther. That might not go down well with PC culture we live in.
Oh, PC Master Race.
Okay, back to Black Panther.
Is that all the positives that we have? Is that all you have?
I'm sure more positives will come up because I remember really enjoying the movie. But
really,
well, in all honesty, I think the acting carried it so much that I was overlooking a lot of things.
Then you're kind of swaying me because the acting was so good.
It's
so unlike Marvel. It's just so unlike Marvel. Oh man.
Every casting was just point on, except for Michael B. Jordan.
But it wasn't his fault.
They not told his fault. We want to make this clear. They
directed him.
Michael B. Jordan is an excellent actor.
Excellent actor.
Yeah, he was in Chronicle.
What was that? Fruitvale Station? What was the name of?
I don't know that movie, but he was in Chronicle, and then he was in Creed.
Wait, was he in Chronicle?
Chronicle. He was the friend of the trio.
Oh, okay.
There was the emo kid, his cousin, and then their friend.
You're right.
And then he was in his biggest role that everyone knows him for is Creed.
Creed.
Excellent in that role.
Yo, Adrian. I found this name. I found this kid named Creed.
Adonis Creed. He was great.
That was good.
Here's the thing. He was Adonis Creed in Black Panther. He played the exact same character, and it just did not fit for me. It didn't sit well.
And he was also better in Creed.
Yes, he was also. I don't know. Is Creed a better movie?
Yeah, it's a better movie.
I haven't rewatched Creed since we saw it in theater.
I only saw it in theaters. Yeah, with you once. I gotta watch it again. We gotta watch it again.
Oh yeah, episode 5, ladies and gentlemen. You won't hear any of this, so it's fine.
It's fine.
But anyways, Michael B. Jordan, excellent actor. I wouldn't say it's the wrong casting. I think it's just a not poorly written character, wrong written character.
Wrong written, and I guess direction. You didn't like. Yeah, but how are you supposed to do that? He came from Oakland. That's how that's how you're gonna sound like.
Yeah, I'm arguing he shouldn't have come from Oakland.
Another negative.
They could have. Damn it! But no, I feel like they could have easily wrote around and had them in exile, but still be in one of the native African countries.
Excommunicado.
John Wick 2. God damn it. Okay, yeah, those are my positives, but they're huge positives.
Yeah, great acting. The visual direction.
I thought it was great pacing as well.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, great pacing. Even though I don't agree with the action, they molded everything in the right flow.
They split between acting and action really well. So well paced, everything. I think part of the reason why we can't remember the movie is because there was no defining line between scenes that we can kind of mentally
we're like, I'm bored of this. There wasn't a point where, say, The Last Jedi, like, oh my gosh, what are we watching?
No Last Jedi spoilers.
No spoilers, but...
No spoilers for our podcast. We'll get into that. Don't worry.
We're going to get to that eventually. But yeah, Black Panther.
Just give the audience some ideas. Our future plan is as soon as Last Jedi comes out on Blu-ray, I think we're gonna blitz watch Rogue One and Last Jedi and do that in one single episode.
Conflicting thoughts.
Yep. But Black Panther, great pacing.
Great pacing. That's another positive. Visuals, great pacing, acting, social commentary. That's 4.
Yep.
I don't want to list things, but I mean, let's just a general outline.
Lists only work well in YouTube videos. They don't work well in podcasts.
Anything more? You love it, right? It was great.
I really did. I'm not gonna say I loved it.
Okay.
I need to mull it over some more. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
I am Iron Man.
Yeah. So, what else? Yeah, the movie. I thought the movie was really good.
But you gave me an ultimatum. You gave me a born ultimatum, good or bad. So what am I gonna do?
Okay, no, we'll get into that. Just to let everyone know, any kind of thoughts that we have right now may or may not change. Typically, when you and I go watch movies, we kind of talk about it a little, but we never discuss it until like a week later, until we have time to for it to sink in.
Digest, ponder.
Yes, because
assess the situation.
Because when I walked out of watching Interstellar, I was like, oh my god, that was better than Prestige.
That was hilarious. I got a text randomly at night. This is the best Nolan movie of all time.
And then a week later, I'm like, no, sorry, the Prestige. I was hyped.
But visually, Interstellar was great.
Yes. And sound-wise, the music was
and
really
sound.
good. Yep, and sound design, everything like that. Prestige just had a better concept.
Mm-hmm. But then back to...
Let's
go to the positives. The positivity. I mean, no, sorry, positives.
Those were my positives. Did you have any more positives about Black Panther?
No, I align with you in terms of the good things about that movie. Now, we're going to the negatives.
We go into the dark side. You go.
The obvious thing for me, the action.
Yeah.
Like the choreography of it all and how it is directed.
Mm-hmm. It's probably a rollover from Civil War. Civil War had really good action scenes for Black Panther.
That's the thing.
And the way Civil War was so successful, they did CGI accent, but they almost filmed it where it was kind of off angle. There wasn't crazy jump cuts, but it was almost out of focus at certain times.
Because it was all CGI for that.
Yes, so they didn't put too much focus, so you really didn't notice like the poor detail level.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of the choreography, the type of moves and action...
For the most part, Civil War did it really well. This movie, obviously, they couldn't do the same type of thing because this is a Black Panther movie. They have to focus on Black Panther action scenes. They did like a little janky.
Yeah. Why can't it just use someone in a suit for like the main action scenes? Obviously, you're going to have to use CGI here and there, but I mean, they ended it with a CGI type of scene.
I honestly think it goes back to a budget.
Really?
Because they probably have more budget for CGI versus the budget to pay like a professional choreographer.
Yeah. That just sucks because... Like I see that now with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're leaning towards more CGI action. Like you see that with Iron Man. Yeah. The first one they used so much more physical props.
Right, go ahead. Soapbox and go.
Like Iron Man 1. Oh my gosh, so much physicality. Everything was just a physical prop. I know there was an interview where Robert Downey Jr. was saying how uncomfortable it was being in this suit that he had to act in.
Lottie freaking die. You're making $50 million a movie.
But you know what? It looked amazing.
It did.
Especially with that tank scene. He just dropped down. Now it's just CGI. Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
I mean, obviously, that was also CGI, but that was motion capture CGI.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they had someone there as the baseline, and then you add the CGI on top to make it clean.
The good thing about the first Iron Man movie is that he was very mechanical about it. He felt like a full-on machine.
Exactly.
He wasn't just some guy in a freaking tracksuit doing whatever he wants.
He's just breakdancing now.
He wasn't wearing a stupid sexy Flanders outfit where he has full freedom of motion. Yeah, he's in a suit. He comes down. His movements are very, mechanical, and that's what Iron Man should be. You know what it was? It hit hard home for me because it kind of it felt like watching Terminator 1 for the first time with that stop motion.
Exactly.
It's visceral.
It's visceral feedback.
Now he's just like, do whatever I want. He might as well be Iron Man might as well be a gymnast at this point.
He might as well be a DJ.
God damn it. Iron Man 2, it can never just go away.
But then with Black Panther too, oh my, nothing hit home with the action choreography.
And to be fair, Black Panther does need to be a lot more nimble than Iron Man.
That one was fine. Yeah, I understand that.
But too much CGI. There wasn't enough natural human movement. Mm-hmm. This isn't exactly the same thing, but for a movie to cast Andy Serkis and not focus on motion capture just feels wrong.
Wait, Andy Serkis was casted for this?
What? He was what?
Andy Serkis was casted in Black Panther or something?
Andy Serkis was the Claw.
Oh my goodness.
Are you serious?
Oh.
That's Andy Serkis.
Oh my gosh.
Do you not know what Andy Serkis looks like?
I don't know what he looks like.
Okay.
Oh man.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
boy.
Andy Serkis, to give people context, if in case you don't know, he was motion capture for Gollum. He was motion capture for Caesar from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So he's kind of the end-all, be-all, greatest motion capture artist of all time. He's done motion capture for other movies. I can't remember off the top of my head, but just using those two examples, he is, the guy to get if you're going to get motion capture. Facial, physical, body, everything.
Did you say Planet of the Apes?
Yep, amazing. Andy Serkis in Black Panther. I never did any research on this, but I can honestly say, just based on what I'm seeing, there's no way Black Panther used any motion capture.
It was bad. I'm telling you. Especially again, like what you reiterated before, Civil War had great action for Black Panther. So I'm coming in, I'm getting hype.
Yep.
I'm really excited.
But
looking forward to Black Panther.
We went into Civil War with zero expectations on what the action for Black Panther would look like.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That plays a role. You can't deny that. But you gotta make an action scene look good. Yeah. Come on, Marvel.
Aside from Black Panther, all the action scenes with, say, the main general or, any of the main female leads doing the action, they're like the Amazonians. That
was good.
The Amazonians.
Because it was real.
The spears weren't real.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean. The actor was there.
Yeah.
The body was there moving.
Yep.
Going with the flow.
The main, bodyguards to Black Panther, excellent.
Oh my God.
They were doing this whole, freaking spear twirling and then in sync, kind of Troy action scenes. It was freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I don't think as a whole it was bad. It was just certain specific scenes.
But it made a poor enough impression on me that it just feels like as a whole it wasn't good. Because, say, the car scene, the car chase scene. There are other movies that do it much better.
I'm going to have to give you that one.
And then, again, the last action scene with Killmonger. It was just in this dark place, underground, with all the vibranium, with the train. It's just...
I liked how they basically color-coded. Yeah, they color-coded the two characters purple and
purple
gold,
versus yellow,
just
gold.
To make
what
sure,
is this?
Just to make sure you know who's who.
Yeah, there was nothing memorable about that.
That's kind of the flaw with all these CGI movies is that they always want to end them on a big bang of CGI. And
you don't need to. It could be something like hand-to-hand. That would have been. That's what I wanted to see. I didn't see enough hand-to-hand with Black Panther himself.
Okay.
Obviously with the bodyguards.
Yep.
They were amazing. They need more of that for Black Panther himself.
And the ritual duels for the throne. Those two scenes we had with both Black Panther versus Michael B. Jordan and Black Panther versus the head of the gorilla tribe. Mm-hmm. Those two scenes with the two actors just, fighting. It was awesome.
It
was shot
so
well.
Those were the best.
Those were the
Black
best scenes.
Panther fight scenes. That was the best one when he's not actually Black Panther.
It's not like the movie did an unfair ratio of CGI fights to, real quote-unquote real fights.
Yeah, because you see Civil War, that whole airport scene was mostly CGI.
Yeah.
They just didn't execute in Black Panther.
I feel like the ratio between those two sided types for Black Panther was fair. It's just that the CGI scenes made a bigger impact to you than, the other scenes.
It did.
Which is the unfortunate part.
Yeah, especially with an action movie like this, you expect better choreography, better attention to detail.
I don't expect good choreography from Marvel movies.
No, but you could see the good, Winter Soldier, they had a lot of good physical props and just physicality
Have
to it.
you seen any fight scene with Black Widow? Scarlett Johansson, respect you as an actor. I can tell from the way they've shot all your action scenes as a Black Widow, you can't actually fight or do any of the moves yourself because they cut those things down to 10 frames a second.
Well, it's tough because then they don't give her enough screen time to develop some kind of scene. They just do a quick cut, boom, a move, and then they're out of it.
So a casual viewer will be like, oh my god, Black Widow scenes are awesome. But when you actually sit down and pay attention to what you're looking at on the screen, it's a bunch of mush.
Yeah. It's kind of... doesn't even make sense. How do you bring someone down at that weight with your weight and you're doing some twirling? It's fine, whatever. It's a superhero
The shots
movie.
aren't even continuous, but aside from the point. So I guess we're coming from different perspectives because I never walked into a Marvel movie expecting good action. I just want it to be fun action.
Well, it could be fun and good because sometimes with, say, those Hong Kong type of fighting movies, the choreography is amazing.
Yep.
But in my opinion, sometimes they just go too long.
They can never go too long.
As an overall movie, it shouldn't be that long.
No, Ray, I don't think you understand. I will watch a 2-hour fight scene. No worries. As long as it's shot well, it doesn't matter.
How'd you feel about that, though? I want to bring that back to that. You're saying that continuous shot. Do you remember that little casino type of scene where it looked like Skyfall? They had an attempt at a continuous shot.
That was very fake. I see what they were trying to go for. It didn't work well. It was very obvious that the swooshes of the camera were points that they cut. Yeah,
but even though it's obvious, did you still like it? Did you like the whole scene, action scene?
I did not.
And choreography for that?
Nope.
Okay.
When we say the Skyfall scene, there's this one scene where they're setting up a trap for Andy Serkis's character. And I swear to God, it's the exact same, casino that you see in Skyfall.
Except the lizard was covered.
where James Bond threw the guy into the lizard pit. I swear, it's got to be the same set. I'm sure if you walk into Universal Studios, you will see the exact same walls.
They just covered the pit.
Same color palette. They just swapped out all the actors. So that was super jarring for us.
See, that was another waste opportunity for me. That could have been an amazing action scene. Mm-hmm. Great atmosphere, the lighting, everything for that particular scene, just like in Skyfall. And they couldn't execute on it.
I can't remember. So this scene was where Martin Freeman's character
you first see him on screen, right?
Was he ever in any of the other Marvel movies, or is his first movie?
He was.
Because they were doing it as if like he showed up in a prior movie, and now like, oh, this guy's in this movie.
I thought he was.
I don't remember. Was he?
Doctor Strange. They were looking for some clues, and
he was in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, they were working together. He was working with Doctor Strange, and
no, that can't be right.
Yeah, no, he was with Doctor Strange.
Okay, no.
He's Watson.
Doctor Strange is Sherlock.
No, yeah, that's what
he's Watson. If that happened on screen, I would remember.
I'm thinking of Sherlock.
Oh my God. God damn it. I'm like, if that happened on screen, there's no way I would have forgotten, okay? Because those two, no matter how good they are in their careers, they will always be Sherlock and Watson. I can't. Damn it, Ray.
Oh man, what else do you dislike about Black Panther?
Okay, Martin Freeman's character, very good. But I couldn't deal with his American accent.
Oh, you couldn't deal? Is it just because you're accustomed to his Sherlock accent?
That's been the case before with Benedict Cumberbatch as the Doctor Strange. I definitely couldn't get used to his American accent for the sake of being American. And I'm so used to him being British.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was good.
Oh.
But in this case, I thought Martin Freeman's accent was convincingly enough American. Mm-hmm. But this is probably a remnant of me having rewatched Whiskey Tango Foxtrot a couple weeks ago, where Martin Freeman's character played a Scottish news reporter type character. Yeah. And I noticed during this movie, whenever he was doing his American accent, there were certain scenes where he was kind of slipping into a Scottish accent.
Tina Fey, where are you at? Are you in Wakanda?
What kind of place is this? Oh, okay. You did this motion, kind of whipped like as if you were driving a car. To set up the scene, Martin Freeman, he's in like this hologram-esque ship kind of control station where he's not actually in the ship flying around.
In the physical ship, yeah.
He's not in a physical ship. He's doing the controls from like a central command station.
Yeah, remote station.
And the ship itself is kind of remotely flying. Mm-hmm. But when the scene opens, they have him do like this left turn, and he's whipping his body physically as if he's in the car, like turning. It's like, first of all, that's not how you turn a ship. Second of all, you're not even in the ship. There's no like inertia force that's making you turn, man.
You don't know that vibranium. You never know. How do you know? You can't explain vibranium to me.
I can't, and that's the other thing. I don't know much about like the comic background
of
vibranium.
That's, both of us, we do not know.
Okay, but I felt like the use of vibranium, it was like a end-all, be-all solution to every single problem in the world.
Mm-hmm. You were able to extract whatever it had and utilize it.
We need a specific, Batman utility belt tool to use. Vibranium, that's the source. Yep, it generates power. It's super strong.
How do you do that?
It does everything, yeah.
That metal is pretty good.
So I felt like vibranium was too much of a plot device. It didn't have a clear defining use. It was just like, whatever we need the plot for plot's sake use. That's what vibranium does.
See, for me, that was fine. That part of the plot.
Okay.
Because especially a superhero movie, that was fine. I could get over that fact.
It wasn't a huge problem. Again, back to the acting. So good. I don't even care.
Yeah, it could cover that up. That little issue, in my opinion.
Okay, so far we've been so positive about it. What else you got?
Oh, it sounds negative.
I had to get it out of my system.
The action wasn't good.
Yeah, but I feel like the
CGI was bad. Let's go back to the rhinos. The rhinos bad. The landscape, the background, the backdrop, the skybox.
What do you mean the skybox?
Like just the background.
The background was good.
Like when they were doing the ritual and they would show up to the cliff.
Oh, okay, that was bad.
Even the ship flying through the waterfall and the rock canyon.
The Millennium Falcon. So the main ship of Wakanda is shaped exactly like the Millennium Falcon. He does the same tricks and everything. And evidently their chairs swing the exact same way, judging from the way Martin Freeman moved around it.
But see, you gave me an ultimatum.
No, I didn't give you an ultimatum. No.
I think it's good. It's just not great. And again, I want to say
you're saying it's good, not great. I would say that leans to the good end then.
That's true. I guess that was the initial question.
You answered the question poorly, Ray. Shame on you.
I guess I just don't want to group it with other good movies.
No, on the high end. That's not what I'm asking of you. All I wanted was to get a starting baseline point so that we can kind of explain.
Okay. So now everyone understands. I think it's a decent movie. But if I have to lean, I'm going to lean that it's not good. It's not good. Like I said before,
on the spectrum between red and blue being super hot, you'd say it's kind of a yellow-green.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because I also came in wanting more. I had high hopes for Black Panther because that was one of my favorite parts of Civil War.
I would venture to say it's probably the only good part of Civil War.
I like Spider-Man.
I didn't like Spider-Man.
You like Spider-Man?
No, I love the actor. Spider-Man Homecoming was great.
Yeah.
But he was definitely shoved in for no reason. Same thing with Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, that was the worst part of that whole airport fight scene.
Honestly, I would say the entire airport fight scene was bad.
Oh, you didn't like that?
Nope. My favorite scene was the freeway chase with Black Panther and Winter Soldier.
That was good.
That was good.
Because that felt more real too.
The airport fight scene was too fake.
Yeah.
That leans on the CGI and
it was all CGI. It was literally all CGI.
Yeah, it was bad. Anyways, back to Black Panther. You're saying the action was bad.
Yeah.
I am arguing that the acting was way bigger impact than the action. So
no, yeah, you're right.
That's why the movie leans on the good end for me.
No,
well, not
true.
just lean. I thought it was a really good movie. By Marvel standards, I would say excellent.
As a movie, don't say Marvel standards. As a movie,
good, really good.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, really good.
It would be a across the board recommendation to all my friends.
I don't like doing this, but let's put a number on it, like a Rotten Tomato number.
No, we're not doing that.
See, because it's not good enough.
No, I'm not playing this rating game.
No, exactly.
I would recommend it to all my friends. I think all my friends would really like it.
Yeah, but you saw the reviews. Everybody loves this movie. Mm. No, I like the movie.
No,
everything was so good.
Sure doesn't sound like
but
it,
then
Ray.
30 minutes of it is action, which was bad.
Yeah, but the other 2 hours was acting and it was excellent.
It was good.
So
it was really good.
Any more thoughts on it?
But then the backdrop, the green screening of it. But that's just a Marvel thing. I guess I gotta separate
Yeah, that's not
myself.
a crime against the movie. That's a crime against Marvel. Marvel, Disney. What are you guys doing? Come on.
Man.
Make your movies better.
They have so much money. They're just holding back.
Well, on the schedule that they operate in between movies, I can understand it.
Yeah.
And
baseline schedule.
They can't slow down their schedule because they're just making money over fist.
Yeah, but this is something like I'm not gonna watch Black Panther again.
No?
Like I don't. That's why I guess I lean more towards bad.
Oh, I totally would.
I don't think I'd watch it again.
Actually, I think I will be watching this again. My friends, if you're out there, I'm sorry. I did see the movie before I watched it with you guys.
Iron Man was better. Don't worry.
Yes, it was.
I'm talking about Iron Man 2.
No,
I'm just
you weren't.
Iron Man 1.
No, okay. Iron Man was a better movie. This movie had better acting.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, we're agreeing on that.
Okay, we're good.
Okay,
but Robert Downey Jr. carried obviously, but overall, Black Panther had better acting.
Black Panther was a better actor than Iron Man.
I don't know.
I'm pushing the boundaries here. I want to see how far you're willing to agree with me.
No, they're about the same for what they're what their purpose was as that character.
Okay, in terms of like say a really heavy scene, emotional impact.
Oh yeah, heavy scene, yeah, Black Panther, because that's what they mostly
that's
lean towards.
I don't think Robert Downey Jr. could pull off a scene with that much emotional impact.
No, I think you pull it off, but not as well.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, because Iron Man was more of a comedy, fun type of lighthearted movie.
Well, it did have some really heavy themes, especially with that whole. I don't know if it was Afghanistan or Iraq.
No, yeah, like he's creating these weapons. He's seeing firsthand that he's killing.
Yeah,
all
so it
these
had
people.
plenty of opportunity to do those same hard hitting moments, but they didn't lean that way.
But then the issue is you don't see those people. Mm-hmm. You don't really see them.
That's fair.
So you can't hit that emotional touch.
While we're on this subject, where would you rank this among all the Marvel movies?
That's what I want to do. Let's give it. This is what I did before on the car ride home with Paris and everyone. Top 5.
Why? I told you to save it for the podcast. What's your problem, man?
Top 5.
That's
no particular order. Just name your 5 favorite Marvel cinematic universe.
You
movies.
go first.
No, you go first. I asked the question.
Oh, okay. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Mm-hmm. Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
You did not like Doctor Strange?
I'm in the same level as Black Panther. I think the issue is I really wanted to like these movies, and then I set the bar too high, and then I don't like it as much as I would have.
Wait, so what did I say so far?
Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange.
Definitely Iron Man 1.
That's 3. Yeah, 2 left in the slot. No particular order.
I'll throw Winter Soldier in there. Ooh, that last one's hard though.
Oh, here we go.
Let me put it this way: that for that last spot, I think Black Panther's in the mix for that last spot for me.
But it's not going to be in that spot, or else you would have said it.
Oh, I can't think of any other right now.
Oh.
Well, that's why I wanted you to go first because
you don't know? Okay,
because my memory's blanking on me from a
All right,
Marvel
while
movies.
you think of your fifth slot, let me do my five. No particular order again. Iron Man 1. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
1.
shoot. Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, why did I forget that?
Winter Soldier.
Can we pause on that? I apologize to all the Marvel fans out there. I forgot about Guardians of the Galaxy.
That was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I like that movie.
It was an incredibly funny movie. I don't love it as much as everyone else does, but I will say it was very good.
It had its own style in the Marvel movie universe.
It did the humor well.
And the soundtrack, incorporating the soundtrack.
I think the soundtrack played a little too much. It was a little fan servicey.
No,
your choice of soundtrack.
No, I don't think it was fan servicey. It's more like because I guess I'll preface with this. I like 80s, so that hit.
As do I.
That's why I like the obviously helped in me liking that movie a lot. You have a fifth slot?
No.
Or should I keep going?
Can you start over? I forgot. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, number 1, because 2.
I thought you weren't doing numbers.
No. I mean Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Oh, okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay, that's what you meant.
There are 2.
Okay, so you're just listing in no particular order. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
5 Marvel Cinematic Disney movies.
Okay, go.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Iron Man 1, Captain America 2, Winter Soldier.
That's 3.
Spider-Man Homecoming 4. Mm-hmm. What was my 5th?
Oh, you don't have a 5th either, so you suck it.
This is the part I struggled with.
It ain't so easy, is it?
Well, I mean, it's Marvel's fault. Where's my 5th?
Oh, man.
No, I was debating in the car. I couldn't think of it. I want to go with Thor Ragnarok because I can't think of anything else.
Thor Ragnarok was incredibly enjoyable. I can't.
But a lot of the way I'm picking it is kind of like an NBA All-Star team. I gotta pick a center. I gotta pick a point guard. I gotta pick a shooting guard. Where it has a variety instead of something that's similar.
No, you gotta play it as if it's an NBA draft. You don't pick the position you need. You just pick the best player available.
Like a Mount Rushmore. Like I'm not gonna pick Kobe because Jordan does that position better.
Oh, you're not gonna pick Kobe? Ooh, no, 2018. No. Ray said he's not picking Kobe. Top 4? Nah, get out of here.
Kobe's number 1. Kobe's GOAT.
We'll do that another day. No. Okay. Oh, so you can't think of your 5th either?
No, Ragnarok. I'm doing it because I can't think unless you remind me of a movie that for some reason I forget.
Iron Man 3.
That's another movie that I believe is overhyped.
What? Iron Man 3?
People really like that movie.
What?
Yeah. I'm serious.
You serious?
People like, oh, this is a great buddy cop movie.
I thought it was widely accepted as a crap movie.
Mm-mm. People hate Iron Man 2. I understand that.
So it's just me and you that think it's crap. Or, well, sure, it's not me and you, but as a general consensus, I thought...
As a general consensus,
I thought as a general consensus, people hated it as well.
No, general consensus, they like that movie.
Oh, wow, that's news to me. Anyways, okay, well, maybe if you want to spend more time thinking about your 5th, now that you...
No, Ragnarok.
Okay, so you're going with Thor Ragnarok.
I'm going with that because I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, if you want to think of something else while you're thinking about that.
Yeah, I could swap. Don't worry. Keep
going. The argument between Guardians of the Galaxy versus Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, that.
I'm going to say it's really close. But I can't make the call right now because we're still in that first impressions thing where nothing's sank in yet.
Just like Interstellar is the best Nolan movie of all time.
No, that's not true. That's not a quote, guys. Don't take
No, the idea of that impression. Yeah.
So I'd have to sit on it. My
politically correct.
Obviously. Okay. All right, I'm just going to go out and say it. Right
what
now,
you feel?
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Finally committed. Thank you.
What do you know? Okay, Mr. Thor Ragnarok, just because I can't think of anything else. By default. Okay, so you would say Thor Ragnarok was better than, say, Avengers?
Yes, but I want to say this. When I first saw Avengers, I thought it was an amazing movie. But I think part of it was because it was the first Avengers film gathering all these Marvel superheroes. The fun and theatrics of with your friends.
What it is you liked Captain America, but his first movie was crap.
That was part of it. But also just when we first saw it, there was so much hype with my friends.
Yes.
And then the crowd I was in with the theater, the atmosphere was amazing.
I can't think of any other Marvel movies as well.
Look, but yeah, because when I saw it the second time, I was like, oh my.
I don't know if this needs to be said or not, but Disney Marvel movies specifically we're talking. We're not including any of the Spider-Mans or any of like these X-Men or Deadpool movies.
Yeah, just the Disney Marvel.
Those aren't Disney Marvel properties.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok was good too. But I don't know if I would include in my top 5.
I guess because it's unique, but then obviously it took at least to me, it took inspiration from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
I will say that the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton.
Oh, what's that in your top? Top 5?
I think that movie is incredibly underrated.
No, it is. Especially just because Iron Man. It felt like Iron Man started it all.
Everyone loves Mark Ruffalo, and I can see that he's a very charming person, and he's a good Hulk. But I thought the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie just like had really good plot points, acting, good, emotional weight to it. It kind of suffered with that whole over CGI ending.
Just like any other superhero movie.
Yeah.
Or typical one, at least.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our top 5. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm giving you a chance to change it.
Have I changed your mind about Thor Ragnarok yet?
Nope. Watch it again. Watch those 2 again. Watch it.
Is Thor Ragnarok out yet? I do want to watch that one.
I want to watch it again, especially on OLED. I don't think it is.
Oh shoot!
Is it? Yeah, I don't think it is.
We're gonna have to set a date to rewatch Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Oh man. I hope it holds up well a second watch through.
It probably won't.
Oh,
unfortunately, we'll be more privy to like the little jabs, quips, things like that.
Yeah, just like damn it. That's what. But yeah, Black Panther consensus is good. Solid movie.
I don't know.
It's not the best.
Thor Ragnarok, I can't get over that point. I really liked it. I can't accept it being in your top 5. I would not have guessed that.
Well, because the thing is, what else are you going to put? Because, Black Panther, but what else? There's nothing else.
This goes back to us not necessarily thinking Marvel movies are the greatest movies in the world.
Yeah. Even as a superhero movies, there are better superhero franchises out there.
Shoot, okay, there's got to be something going way back that we think was better.
I tried doing this. I couldn't think of anything.
Oh my god. We're good.
Because we have Captain America movies, Iron Man movies, Thor movies. That's it.
Okay. Oh, that's actually...
Ant-Man.
I would have thought you would have put Civil War over Thor Ragnarok.
Me too, but I didn't.
Wait.
If you rewind about like 10 minutes, Thor Ragnarok.
Oh.
Again, I like the 80s. It had that 80s vibe that I tried to hit with...
Thor Ragnarok had 80s vibes?
I mean, look at the font. It was a...
Right. I hope you realize you didn't grow up in the 80s, right?
I know, but my parents did. And I listened to that music.
That can't be right. Your parents did not grow up in the 80s.
No, but they like a lot of 80s songs. Because that's when they were, what? In their 20s?
20s. Well, how come I don't enjoy anything that's happening today? Right?
Ragnarok's good.
Ragnarok is good. I don't know if I would call it a good movie.
No, it's a good movie.
I would definitely put Black Panther over Ragnarok.
I wonder if it's because the first 2 weren't good. There's so many factors that play into how you view a movie.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going way too long on Thor Ragnarok. I'm sorry. I got hung up on it. But Black Panther.
I mean, it's better than Black Panther.
Well, no, it's not.
All right. Thanks for listening to podcast number 4.
No, we're not doing this. I'm not letting you take control. Nope. Damn it. Anyways, Black Panther. The only thing that you pointed to me out was the action scene CGI.
But with a superhero movie that plays a prominent role, it just wasn't...
Can't argue on that point.
It was tough. I mean, it's not its fault. It's just that's how the superhero Marvel movies work.
Yeah, but I'm walking away from this movie feeling really good about it. It's been a while since I've seen a movie being carried by acting.
Especially in superheroes.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I haven't watched movies in a while where there was good acting, but this is the first in a while that was carried by the acting.
Okay.
Which is...
So you're saying the acting is so good it covers all these other flaws?
Yes.
Enough.
I would agree
to warrant
with that,
a good review.
Yeah, I would say that. Okay, well, that sounds
on the record.
On the record. I just can't. I honestly can't believe that we are in disagreement with this. Okay,
Black Panther should have us. He looks so much better when it does have his kinetic energy purple or yellow.
Oh, okay. No, you're right. That
it just looks sick when in Civil War. It's just a sick suit. It's just
going back to that whole vibranium being too OP thing. That whole thing about his suit being able to absorb energy and reflect it back. OP. Again, I don't know if that's part of his backstory or something, but it was so OP and so overused. Yeah. And that's not what Black Panther is. Black Panther's whole spiel is that he's super agile, super fast, reflexes.
That finesse.
But all of a sudden you basically give him a power where he doesn't have to avoid anything. That kind of kills the whole point. You're right. The reflecting power thing was bad.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. That's bad.
I mean, if they executed, I would have been able to overlook it.
But
they didn't.
I disagree with the concept as a whole, actually.
Oh, damn. Okay.
This is a bigger negative for me than it is for you. But
there you go.
I can't believe I forgot
Actually,
about it.
No, you're right. I'm going with you.
Oh, that's right.
Because during the movie, it comes like, kinetic. Oh, my. That's OP.
Okay, here's the thing. It took out all the drama of any action scenes. He can't be hurt.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
No.
You can't hurt him. Don't try and pretend that he's in danger when he has the suit on.
I will give you that. He's not in danger at all at any part of this movie, except for when he's not wearing a suit.
The ritual battles. That's why those were great.
Ooh, that was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was... that might be the most jarring scene with Michael B. Jordan's accent. Is everyone in the crowd's having this emotional scene, oh my god, our king's fallen. And Michael B. Jordan's like, yeah, what's up?
That's probably what would have happened in the if that was the case.
Realistically, that's what would have happened, but it didn't sit right thematically. Yeah. So that took me out. But I do like that whole mirror effect they did with the original gorilla tribe leader. Mm-hmm. They had their duel, and then it kind of went full circle. He ends up being the one that saves Black Panther from his death. I thought that was beautiful.
I mean, vegetarians,
Yeah, and they executed so well about that relationship. about him. I just got wind of what you meant with the vegetarian joke. That was so stupid.
That's why I pointed it out. I remember your reaction in the theater.
That was one of the bad quips, but I'm not gonna lie, I laughed pretty hard at that.
So you could laugh and understand that it wasn't good.
It was terrible. But so they brought the whole story around about his semi-quasi rival being the one that actually saves him. And I loved how they did a good job transitioning that story, that they didn't felt the need to add in like this one line where Black Panther's like, so why'd you save me? Oh, because you're my king. That type of thing. I do like that greeting. They did the cross-arm greeting. That was great. Oh, they did it seriously, and they did it kind of like casual, like, secret handshake type of situation.
Yeah, just part of the culture. Boom.
It's part of the culture, and it kind of builds it into that whole, modern African influence.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was good. But anyways, back to that whole... The movie didn't feel like it had to explain a lot of plot points. To me, it did a really good job doing the rule of movie making of show, don't tell.
Yeah, I thought the plot was strong. That's one of its strengths that I stated before. Is just...
So
I could have done better executing. I hate using that word, but
I would say credit this movie for the excellent writing and the excellent acting.
Yep.
Those are my closing thoughts on it. Those two things alone are worth a watch.
No, I in my opinion too, it's still worth a watch.
Yeah, you're just being a hater about it.
No, I'm not being a hater. It just could have been better. I see what they've done with the baseline plot and just the whole vision, and I see so much more. It can achieve so much greatness, and that's why I'm more critical. That's all. I'm more critical because of that.
I would say reassemble the team if you're ever kind of making this movie again, but get rid of the CGI director.
Yep.
Or at
least, that's a lot with...
Or at least give him more time.
The issue is
give that CGI team more time.
Disney Marvel's leaning towards that. You see that with Iron Man. You see that with... it's just the organization as a whole. I don't know if...
Okay, I will grant you this. With the way Black Panther ended up playing out, I could see how like a Black Panther 2 and 3 would go horribly wrong. As it did with Iron Man 2 and 3. Because the marketability of the movie are the bad points. So your closing thoughts on it. Okay, so you were giving me a lot of grief about... making you choose an ultimatum. All right, your final thoughts. You don't need to make an ultimatum. Give me a summary of all your thoughts on the movie.
At the end of the day, it's a good movie. It's just not a top 5 Disney Marvel movie for me, but it's something you should see in theaters. I don't know if IMAX does it justice enough to warrant that price point.
Okay, scratch that statement about the closing thoughts, because you brought back the IMAX thing. This movie did not utilize IMAX at all.
I saw the shots where you could see the screen. You got bigger,
widened,
and taller, but
they just framed it better. But they didn't like make the shot interesting in any kind of way,
like Nolan did with his IMAX shots. You could tell
the movie wasn't built around the premise of IMAX. The IMAX was a marketing term. It wasn't a real IMAX experience.
Yeah. I have to check this. If they use a true IMAX camera or not. But yeah, it was part of the marketing term.
It doesn't matter. They didn't do a good job utilizing.
It wasn't enough to notice the difference between the regular and IMAX camera.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't watch it in IMAX. I would say. Yep.
But we were lucky, fortunate enough. We saw it in matinee, so the price cut was like...
Yeah, that's fine. So back to your closing thoughts. Just good movie, just not good enough to make a top 5.
Yeah, top 5 Marvel, Disney.
Okay. And, you guys get my thoughts. Watch it for the acting. Watch it for the script writing. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, don't go into it looking for amazing action. But that's not the point of the movie.
No.
If you listen to the positive points that we talked about and
amazing
the strengths, that's what makes this movie.
In the moment, I know this is part of the hype thing. In the moment, I can't think of a better put together ensemble cast of actors.
Yeah, it was great.
With the exception of Michael B. Jordan's character. Not his acting, his character.
Yeah, so it's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
Yeah, what can you do?
Okay, well, that's a wrap on episode 4 of Part-Time Nerds.
Part-Time Nerds.
We figured we'd kind of change the pace up a little bit. We covered gaming last couple episodes, so that was a good change of pace, from OLED and cell phones. But movies is something we do. We spend a lot of time together, so you guys should be expecting us to occasionally do one of these heavy-handed movie reviews. I know we didn't go through scene by scene. I don't think that's the format we want to talk about.
Yeah, I just want to see how we actually feel about the movie
as a whole,
and if we want to point out a particular scene, which we will, because that's
just as a reference point.
Point.
And we hope you enjoyed the movie. Again, we don't want this podcast to be a substitution for the movie. We want it to be kind of a shared conversation with you guys after you watch the movie. So, if you guys got any feedback on any of the points we brought up, let us know at, what's our handle for Twitter?
Let us know on Twitter at PT Nerds.
And on that note, again, we would really like to have your feedback. So please leave us a review. If you're inclined to help us out more, leave us feedback on Apple Podcasts specifically.
Google Play Music.
And Google Play Music, Spotify. But, whatever source you feel is most convenient for you, go ahead and do that. Leave the feedback there. Or, leave us feedback on the Twitter.
Yeah. And let Khan know that this isn't a top 5 Marvel Disney movie on at PT Nerds.
Okay, that's a wrap on episode 4.
Podcast Part-Time Nerds.